listening to Fountain of Thought with your hosts, Dennis Fountain and Sunny Rain. One small step for man, one giant leap for America.
This show contains adult themes and language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone, to the Fountain of Thought podcast, broadcasting from the Erickson Memorial Studios. This is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. Leave us a voicemail on our listener line at 413-612-8037. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TalkFOT, or visit our website at fountainofthought.com. Good chilly day to you, Sunny Rain.
I used to like this weather, but this is awful.
You're getting old. You're getting old.
Ugh. I haven't gone out in 3 days.
Because it's cold?
Yeah.
Well, they do have things, jackets, sweatshirts, you know.
No, in the house it's nice and warm, but I'm talking about outside. I can't stand it.
It's not that cold.
It's that cold.
Well, it's New England. It's supposed to rain and be warmer next week, so you'll be happy then.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Are you ready for some football?
Let's go to football.
Let's go to football. All right, so Thursday night football, the Broncos beat the Colts 25-13.
Which is very surprising.
But you picked Broncos.
Very good, but I'm just saying it's very surprising.
Why did you pick the Colts then?
Why don't you pick your nose?
I will.
Oh, God. You could fit a whole shovel up there.
That's why my nose is so big. Constant years of picking.
Oh, so let's get on to the rest of this carousel of bullshit.
All right. Before we do that, let's go over the numbers. Last week I had 8 wins. You had 10. So I am still in the lead at 137-133.
Very close race.
Very close race. Yes, you're coming up because the week before you were down by quite a bit.
Okay, so let's start off with the Texans and the Jaguars. Who'd you take?
I took the Jaguars.
So did I. Falcons and the Browns.
0-13. 0-13.
What, are they going to go in and play by themselves?
Has there any team ever gone without a win? Has that ever happened in the NFL?
Yeah.
It has, really?
Yeah.
Must have been like their first year or something, right?
Green Bay is going over to the Panthers. What do you think?
I took the Packers.
Really?
Yep.
No shit.
Yeah.
No, I took the Panthers.
Yeah. I think they're gonna.
Miami's going over to Buffalo and freeze their ass off.
I went with Buffalo.
Yeah, so did I. That's a given. Bengals are going over to see the Vikings.
I took the Vikings.
I as well. Cardinals going over to see the Redskins.
I took the Redskins.
No way.
I did. Took Washington.
Excuse
me. Who's leading this?
It doesn't matter.
Who's leading this?
Yeah, but it's because you got some really good picks somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You wait. You wait.
The Eagles playing the Giants in Giants.
I took the great flying bird of the country.
Yeah, so did I. Can you believe they benched Eli?
Yeah, I know. I love it.
Oh. That's unbelievable.
Well, did you watch? I watched that game, actually. And he wasn't doing that well. I don't blame him for benching him. I mean, they brought him out, gave him a shot, but he's I don't know. It's not his year.
Let's see. The Jets are going to see the Saints.
I took the Saints.
So did I.
Go figure.
What?
I said go figure. I knew you weren't going to take the Jets.
Figure what?
You took the Jets one time and you got burnt.
I'll never take the Jets again.
Yeah, well.
Okay, let's see. The Rams are going to go into Seattle.
I took the other flying bird. I took the Seahawks.
I took the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay, the Titans are going to go see San Francisco.
I took the gold miners.
Seriously?
I did. I like how you're laughing at all of my picks.
Because some
You
of these
wait till next week.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
The Patriots against the Steelers.
I took the Patriots, but
Yeah, we're worried.
I think the Steelers are going to win.
Don't
But
say shit like that.
I did take the Patriots.
Don't say stuff like that. Just say, I'm unsure.
I'm unsure. I'm unsettled.
Oh, let's see. Dallas is going in to see the Oakland Raiders.
I took the Cowboys.
So did I. The Falcons are going in to see Tampa Bay.
I took Tampa Bay.
No way.
I did.
It might be a good pick. I don't know.
I did.
But I took the Falcons.
I took Tampa Bay.
Okay, Chicago is going to go visit Detroit.
I took Detroit.
So did I. And the Chargers are going to go into Kansas City.
I took the car.
You took what?
The car. Get it? Charger, car, Charger, Dodge. I took the Chargers. We have a lot different.
I took
this week.
Kansas City.
We have a lot. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 games different this week, you and I.
Yeah.
So this might be your chance to catch up. Maybe I did it just so you could catch up.
Oh, you did it on purpose.
So you could cats up.
Yeah.
Cats up. Yeah. All right. So while we're on the topic of the NFL, what is up with the NFL? They're still doing their kneeling thing. The NFL offered to fund causes important to the African American community to the tune of $100 million. So the NFL said, listen, we'll give you $100 million. Please stop kneeling. And you know what they said? They gave them the big bird. They said no.
Yeah, but didn't they also just give an extension to Ding Dong?
And that's the other part that I don't understand that whatsoever. That makes no sense. Roger Goodell gets a 5-year contract extension, reportedly worth up to $200 million.
He's not worth it.
And that I don't get. They argue with him all the time. And how does this man still have a job? And I say this every single time. And Robert Kraft is on the committee that is in charge of his contract negotiations. I don't get it. I don't get how he still has the job.
I'm never going to understand the inside of the NFL or any other sport because I think it's all fixed.
And I'm not happy with that. Not happy that. I mean, I don't understand why they didn't take $100 million. They got what they wanted. I agree. The rest of the country is still, has, according to them, has issues. It's a black-white thing, a cop thing, all that stuff. But they gave them $100 million to do what they wanted to do. They could make commercials or ads or do whatever they wanted to get their message across, and they turned it down because they said they were being bribed. They didn't want to be bribed.
Oh yeah, well that's.
Well,
I wish somebody would come over and bribe me with
$100 million. Yeah.
Did you see the Yankees went out and they got what's his name, Stanton?
No, I didn't watch. I didn't see any of that.
The big slugger from Marlins.
Yeah,
with the huge contract. Well, the Yankees took him.
Well, they got plenty of money. Why not?
Yeah. Well, now they got like 3. They just loaded their whole lineup with just guns.
The Yankees aren't what they used to be either.
Well, they will be this year.
I don't know. A couple other things before we get to the crux of this episode.
What's a crux?
The crux? It's the...
I said, what's a crux?
I'm telling you, it's the central point of the whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Today marks the...
What's a crux?
Today marks the 38th anniversary for the opening weekend of what in 1979?
1979?
Yep.
Close Encounters, E.T.
Star Trek the Motion Picture.
That was in 79?
Yep, 1979.
I thought it was 78.
Nope. What do you remember most about that movie?
That I hated it?
No, you afterwards you hated it. When you went and saw it, you were like, because everybody was the first time they saw it. I mean, when they had that 10-minute clip of circling the Enterprise, that was like, wow, oh my God, this is so great.
Until they got to V'ger.
Yeah, afterwards you were like, oh, this movie.
No, it's time to go to sleep.
But, if that movie had a little different editing, I think that would be one of the best movies that they made.
The costume designers were awful.
Well, they
all looked
tried
like
to
they were wearing pajamas.
Well, that was what they were transitioning to. They were trying to look at TNG. I mean, that was really pajamas, especially the first 3 seasons?
2 seasons.
Was it 2 seasons? Yeah.
But that was spandex, and you zipped it up. I'm talking about those things were just. Bleh.
I didn't mind them so much. I thought the color combinations were kind of cool, but also. I don't know if you've heard this one, but Quentin Tarantino, will write and direct the next Star Trek movie with J.J. Abrams producing.
It'll be rated R then.
I'm shocked. Apparently, he's been in the hunt to do this for quite some time. He wanted to do James Bond, but the producers wouldn't let him because they were afraid, because, Quentin, how he is, that he just, runs away with the show, that they didn't want to give him the freedom to do what he wanted to do. So the producers of James Bond told him no. So he's doing Star Trek. It's going to be weird, huh?
Not just weird, just completely, totally weird.
Yeah. All right. Keeping on with the movie theme news, this one I'm not happy with. Do you know they're making more Terminator movies?
Oh, my God.
I thought they were done with this franchise.
I shut the other one off halfway through.
Well, Sarah Connor is coming back. After more than 25 years, Linda Hamilton is reprising her role in the Terminator cinematic universe. She's coming back with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And they're making 3 movies.
Oh, you got to be
kidding me. It's a trilogy. 3 movies. And they say there's more to tell about the storyline. What hasn't been told about it? I thought we're over and done with this.
I don't know. Terminator is just a big waste of time.
No, it's being directed. Cameron is returning to help as production, and it's being directed by Deadpool's Tim Miller. So I don't know. Here's the big one that shocks me, that I just can't fathom. I cannot picture this in any shape, manner, or form. They are making a Walter Cronkite dramatic movie. It's entitled Newsflash. It's a serious piece. And do you know who they've cast as Walter Cronkite?
I can't wait to hear.
Seth Rogen.
No way. Yes. Seth Rogen as Walter Cronkite.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yep. I can't picture that at all.
I haven't seen him in forever, and I thought maybe somebody in Hollywood flushed him.
I can't. I just don't. Well,
speaking of movies, I did watch Chips.
Oh.
I liked it.
I have a comment for you off air.
And I also liked Baywatch too.
Oh, I haven't seen Baywatch. I haven't watched that one yet.
I watched them both.
Yeah. I've entitled this next section Pervopoulos.
What the hell is that mean?
I was waiting for that. It's just like they have a Lollapalooza and they've got all these, whatever. So it's all about the pervs that are out there. I want to talk about sexual harassment and what's going on in this country.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just getting out of control.
Out of control. All right. I'm going to save what most people are considering the biggies for last. But I have I wanted to do this almost a month ago. I wanted to do this podcast about this. But every time I go to do it, the list gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So very briefly, I'm going to go through who's accused, all right? And then we'll talk a little bit about it. So first off the bat is Mario Batali, chef of the stars and chef on the Chew. He's been fired for sexual harassment. Larry King, accused by Terry Richard of sexual harassment in 2005 and 2006. James Levine, allegations of sexual misconduct reported in the New York Times, fired. Greg Zahn, former Toronto Blue Jays catcher and franchise announcer, is fired for inappropriate comments towards a female employee. Arnold Schwarzenegger. 6 women say Schwarzenegger had groped and humiliated them on film sets in the studio offices elsewhere in the 1970s. Matt Lauer, NBC News and Today host, received a detailed complaint from a colleague about inappropriate sexual behavior. fired. Charlie Rose from CBS and PBS News, multiple claims of sexual harassment, fired. Nick Carter, Melissa Schumann claims Backstreet Boys star raped her in her apartment in 2002. Ryan Seacrest, accused of sexual harassment from makeup and hairstylist from E! News. I always thought he was gay, but I guess not. Murray Miller from HBO Girls, writer, executive producer, accused of sexual assault by actress Aurora Perenina in 2012 when she was 17, fired. Jeffrey Tambor, Amazon's transparent TV series transgender actress Van Barnes and Trace Lysette accused him of sexual harassment, resigned. Harvey Weinstein, we know that, but
yeah, that's a given.
Fired. Kevin Spacey, and we've talked about this on the show. Anthony Rapp alleges Spacey approached him in a bedroom at a house party and picked him up like a groom picks up the bride and put him on the bed and attempted to kiss him 31 years ago. Kevin Spacey, fired. James Toback, screenwriter and director for films like The Pickup Artist, The Gambler, and Bugsy, accused by multiple women of sexual harassment, fired. Ben Affleck, actress Hillary Burton accused Affleck of sexual harassment with videos of Affleck on MTV's Total Request Live as proof, and makeup artist Anne-Marie Tendler accused him of sexual harassment in 2015. President George H.W. Bush. Actress Heather Lynn claims she was sexually assaulted while she posed for a picture with him. Chris Savino, creator and writer of Loud House animated show on Nickelodeon. A dozen women has accused him of sexual harassment, fired. Roy Price, Amazon Studios president, fired. John Besh, celebrity chef, fired. Oh, there's more. Mark Halperin from ABC News. 5 women say Halperin propositioned them for sex, fired. Oliver Stone, actress and former Playboy model Carrie Stevens accused writer and director Oliver Stone of groping her during a party in the 1990s. Jeremy Piven, fellow Entourage actress Ariane Bellamore and actress Cassie Freeman both accused him of sexual assault. He has been fired. Dustin Hoffman. Anna Graham Hunter says Hoffman sexually harassed her when she was 17 back in 1985 during the film adaptation of Death of a Salesman. He allegedly grabbed her and used sexually explicit language. And this morning, on the way in, there were 2 additional people that came forward. One says that he tried to put his hands down her pants at a party, and the other one said that he came to the door naked when she was 16 years old, over 25 years ago. Louis C.K. 5 women have accused Emmy Award-winning comedian HBO and Louis C.K. of sexual misconduct dating back over the past 15 years. He has been fired. Steven Seagal. Actress Portia Rossi, Juliana Margulies, Ray Don Chong, and Jenny McCarthy have all accused him of sexual harassment. Andrew Kreisberg, executive producer of the CW shows Arrow, Supergirl, DC Legends of Tomorrow, and The Flash, has been accused by 19 people of sexual harassment and inappropriate contact, fired. Matt Zimmerman from NBC News, fired. Senator Al Franken, we all know what's up with that, resigned, maybe, we're not sure. Russell Simmons, accused of sexually assaulting a 17-year-old model, Carrie Clusen-Koligi, in 1991. He has been fired by HBO. James Wood, accused of sexual harassment by Amber Tamblyn. Andy Dick, anonymously accused of sexual harassment and unwanted groping. He has been fired. George Takei, accused of sexual harassment by model Scott Brunton. Former NFL player Marshall Faulk, accused of groping and sending nude pics and texts to a former wardrobe stylist, Jamie Cantor, fired from ESPN. Terry Crews, being groped by an unnamed Hollywood executive in front of his wife at a party, he is suing the groper. Here is a brief list of actresses all coming forward and saying they were sexually harassed or raped. Mira Sorvino, Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, Rosanna Arquette, Angie Everhard, Heather Graham, Ashley Judd, Reese Witherspoon, Laura Dern, America Ferrera, Jennifer Lawrence, Marley Wingwell, Lady Gaga, Gabriel Union, Mayim Bialik. I never know how to pronounce her name. She's from the Big Bang Theory.
Yep.
Patricia Arquette, Rosario Dawson, Jenny Slate, Anna Paquin, Alyssa Milano, Anika Noni Rose, and Deborah Messing. So what irks me most about those is the ones that happened eons ago. And we've talked briefly about this on the show. But now, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
Here's the one that I know everyone's sitting back at home say, but you didn't say Donald Trump. Okay, here we go. Donald Trump is being accused by 3 women who've come forward and say that he sexually assaulted them. Okay? I watched the entire interview. Are you ready for this one? Rachel Crooks, a former Bayrock Group receptionist, so she was the receptionist at Trump Tower, has accused Trump of kissing her on the mouth without her consent in 2005, and he kissed her many times on the cheek.
Well, that's awful.
That's okay. So here's the next one. Samantha Holvey, the former Miss North Carolina 2006, has accused Trump of, are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Going behind the scenes of the beauty pageant and inspecting her.
Oh, give me a break.
Okay. And the last one is Jessica Leeds. She's accused the president of grabbing her and attempting to move his hand up her skirt on a flight. The event happened allegedly somewhere in the 1970s. She's not sure what the date was. She's not sure where she came from. She's not sure of a couple of things, but somewhere in 1970, this apparently happened. And Jessica Leeds is also a Hillary supporter and has been the secretary on several of her organizations. The president has denied any of these allegations, and he has eyewitnesses. Several reports have shown those eyewitnesses also back up the president's claim and his process. And again, the American people knew this and voted for the president. We feel like we are ready to move forward with that process, says Sanders, the spokesperson for the president. Now, this got into a Twitter war between Senator Kirsten Gillibrand and Donald Trump. And Senator Gillibrand took Hillary's New York seat. She tweeted that President Trump sexually harassed her. So lightweight Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, a total flunky for Chuck Schumer and someone who would come to my office begging for campaign contributions not so long ago and would do anything for them, is now in the ring fighting against Trump. Very disloyal to Bill and crooked Hillary. Used. That's what Trump tweeted. And Senator Gillibrand believes that's sexual assault.
It's out of control. Completely out of control.
I'm not saying that certain things happened or didn't happen. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying these women were sexually abused or
they might have been.
That's right.
Years ago, nobody looked at this stuff. And I mean, yes, I can understand sexual harassment in the workplace and just constantly telling somebody you're not going to get a raise because unless you know.
Yeah, I get it. That's sexual harassment, and I understand that. But saying somebody, "Hey, you look good today," that shouldn't be sexual harassment.
Well, it's going to be.
It is. It already is. It's not going to be. It is. Sonny, did you get a haircut? That looks good. That's sexual harassment.
I'm going to file tomorrow. It's
the level. First of all, we're lumping all of these people into the same level, and that shouldn't be. Because if you've been raped, that's the echelon. That's the top.
Absolutely.
That's horrible. And you can't, like, somebody who, all right, accused of sexual harassment because I've been offended on Twitter. That doesn't fall into the same category. Or going behind stage of the pageant and, quote, inspecting everyone. That doesn't rise to the same level as sexual abuse or a rape. It's not the same, and they shouldn't all be lumped together, and they are. And I will say this again, and I believe you and I differ on this. I'm sorry if something happened to you back in the 70s and 80s and even in the 90s and possibly in the early 2000s. This is 2017 now. I'm sorry if it happened to you, but to come forward now and to ruin someone's life over it, I'm not buying it.
That's called joining the bandwagon.
And it just bothers me that all these people, and I said whether they were fired or resigned for a reason. 99% of these people that have been fired, all that's been happening is they've been accused. That's it. They've been accused, and they've been fired over it. the judge, Ray Moore, he just had this election in Virginia. He didn't win, barely, by 20,000 votes he lost. They're doing a recount, but the guy was accused of being a pedophile. But there's no proof. This is what's bothering me is in this country, you are innocent until proven guilty. And I don't care if 6 people come forward and say that you were if 6 people came forward and said that were sexually molested by so-and-so. Is that a bad thing? Well, it might be, but you know what? Until you're proven guilty, I'm sorry. You just can't come up and accuse people.
Well, that's the way that's the way it used to be. You know, you were supposed to be innocent until proven guilty.
You should be that way. You should be innocent until proven guilty. There is a method that should be followed. Okay, sexual assault is breaking the laws already established by society. That's a sexual assault. Sexual harassment is when one party makes a boundary very clear and the other party ignores it. Sexual predation, that's using power or money in a way to prey upon another person. To know which could apply, the question should be asked of every accuser that emerges. And it should be this. Number 1, was the accused breaking the law during the encounter? Number 2, did you make it clear that you were uncomfortable with this activity? And number 3, after making it clear that the activity made you uncomfortable, did the activity continue? If no is your answer to these, it didn't happen. If yes, well, not that it didn't happen, but that nothing should go forward. If the answer is yes to at least one of these questions, then we should consider one of these may have taken place. And then, we need to hear both sides of the story and an investigation should be began.
Absolutely.
But it's getting to the point where if somebody just comes forward and says something, so-and-so did this and so-and-so
everybody's
did
jumping
this.
on the bandwagon. That's all they're doing.
When does it get turned on them? Is it ever going to get turned on the accusers? Because right now it's, hashtag me too. Oh, this is the latest one. Do you know Star Wars now is the hashtag me too movement is against them because they're considering that Star Wars is a sexual harassment movie. That the women are sexually harassed in Star Wars.
Are you serious?
No, I'm dead. I'm absolutely dead serious. Yeah. Yeah. We had a Christmas party for the Lions Club Wednesday night. Santa went around and said hi to everyone and gave hugs and everything. And someone honestly said to me, they were joking, but said, when I gave him a hug, he says, "Careful, Santa, this might be considered sexual harassment." And you know what? It might be.
Exactly.
It might be. I mean, what's come? I just don't understand the world today, how this happens, how we got to this place. And it's not just the sexual harassment stuff, it's everything.
We're being forced to just stay indoors and don't involve ourselves with anything in society.
Well, no, you're right. It's become a Twitter, Facebook thing, and we live vicariously through everyone's Facebook post and this and that, and everyone wants to have a selfie, and it's got to look perfect, and it's just not going in the right direction. It's become this big popularity. Oh, here's the latest one. I know I'm jumping here, but also I heard this on the way in on the news today. We have a town here, East Hampton, in Massachusetts, and they just changed a major high school reference. When you become in the 9th grade, you are no longer a freshman.
Oh, what are you?
You are now a first-year student.
What is the problem with freshman?
Because it implies a gender, and we have to be gender neutral.
Oh, my God.
So
how is that gender neutral?
Man, fresh man.
So we should have just called it fresh person?
No, they took a poll. They actually had a vote on what they should be called, and first year student won out. So this is what's happening in America. This is our America future. Okay, you can go into any bathroom you want just by saying that you consider yourself a female. It's gone beyond everything and anything that you could possibly imagine. I can't envision what this country is going to look like in 50 years. Can you?
I don't think we'll be around for another 50 years.
Well, I'm not going to be here in 50 years, that's for sure. But it will be unrecognizable, I think. I just don't understand. And I know there's probably people out there that saying that I'm old and that I'm set in my ways, and it's not. I have values, and you are a man. You are a woman, and I understand there are transgender people out there. I think they should be treated with respect and dignity and fairness like everyone else. I don't think they should be discriminated against. But come on, we're taking this gender equality or inequality to such levels, it's laughable. It's freshmen. We can't call them freshmen anymore.
It's like I told you before. It's just because everybody just keeps jumping on the bandwagon.
Well, I mean, I wonder, I would love to have somebody in the studio from East Hampton. See if we can get somebody maybe to figure out how this all happened. How did this start? Did one student come forward and say, hey, listen, I don't think we should be called freshmen anymore. It's offensive. I mean, where did this come from? It boggles my mind that students today would say we're uncomfortable with the term freshman. We want it changed. I
have no idea.
I mean, it's like, you say mankind. Well, mankind doesn't mean man.
Well, it's the same thing with Star Trek years ago when they had to change where no man has gone before
where
to
no woman.
Yeah, it's before, but now it's just rolling out of control and it's just ridiculous.
So I again, it just flabbergasts me. I don't know. I have no answers. I wish I did. I really wish I did. I really wish I could wave a magic wand and say this is what's happening. But
forget about it. It's not going to happen.
Forget about it. It gets worse. I mean, just when you think that it can't get worse, it does. And I don't know.
Do like I do. Just stay in bed.
It's depressing. Just stay in bed. No, every time like I said on the way into the studio today, I heard that on the news, and it says every day there's something else just gnawing away at us. I don't get it. All right, folks, we're going to be right back after I fold, spindle, and mutilate some U.S. currency.
Hey, loser, give me your lunch money.
But I need it to eat today.
Too bad, you little twerp. I'm taking it. You can't stop me.
Somebody help me. Ouch.
Nobody's going to help you, loser.
Every day, thousands of children are bullied at school. The worst part is that it can be prevented. Find out what you can do to put an end to bullying by visiting stopbullying.gov. Don't be a bystander. Take action against bullying. Stopbullying.gov.
Wit and charm DJs Dennis and Sonny have. Fountainofthought.com. Website you go. Episodes new every Friday at 7.
Welcome back. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor or advertising on our show, please drop us an email at talkfot@gmail.com.
The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. Yes, true or false headlines.
All right, True or False Headlines is being sponsored by the Ludlow Lions Club. Do you want to help those in need in your neighborhood? Volunteer to help today by visiting ludlowlions.org or by calling 754-900-ROAR. All right, how this works is I will read two headlines. One is true, one is false. Sonny, you will tell me which is which. Got it?
Got it.
All right, and feel free to play along at home. All right. Woman caught trying to smuggle 227 pounds of bologna. Or PETA protester caught injecting influenza virus into Walmart bologna. One is true, one is false.
I'll take the second one as true, the flu.
That the PETA protester caught injecting influenza virus into Walmart is true.
Yes.
That is false.
Really?
Yes, I made that one up.
That's pretty clever.
Thank you. Custom and Border Protection agents in El Paso, Texas, say a woman who initially told inspectors...
Why would she... Hold on. You're telling me somebody smuggled bologna?
Yes.
At the price of bologna?
Yes. 227 pounds.
Oh, my God. This just never stops surprising me.
Yeah. A Texas woman initially told inspectors she had nothing to declare and she was entering the country from Mexico, was found carrying 227 pounds of contraband bologna in her car. The discovery last week was made at a secondary examination station after the woman amended her declaration statement. The 23 tubes of meat were hidden under the rear car seats of her car. The bologna contains pork and isn't allowed into the country. Officers seized and destroyed the bologna, and the driver was given a $1,000 fine. So they destroyed the bologna by what? Eating it? How did they just, But why? I don't get why you would take 23 tubes of bologna.
Don't even try to figure that one out.
Can't. All right. Here's the next one. There are two of them. One is false. One is true. Teen arrested for selling kittens to local butcher. Or teen throws cat 20 yards onto the pavement.
I'll take the second one.
As true or false?
True.
True. That is true. Ontario, California. Police say Sunday they are still seeking a teen who threw a kitten in a sickening viral video. The cat, a rescue named Spots, was treated at an animal hospital for a broken leg and possible internal injuries. The clip, which was shared over all of social media, showed the teen hurling the cat 15 to 20 yards in the air and landing on a paved road. The cat screamed in pain as it hit the ground. Unbelievable, just simply unbelievable. The Ontario Police Department noted in a release that it had identified the 16-year-old suspect but hadn't found him. The department tweeted Sunday that the investigation was ongoing and sought the public's help in locating the perpetrator. Quote, I just want him to know he hurt a victim that can't defend itself, end quote, Spot's owner told the NBC affiliate in L.A. Neighbors said the suspect hangs out in the area and, quote, he hangs around here in the alley all the time, said Oscar Ramos, who told CBS affiliate. A bunch of little kids doing drugs. They think they're cool. He probably did it just to look cool in the video, end quote. So up on our website, we have this video if you would like to go take a look in our audience. And if you can identify this person, you are asked to contact the crime unit at 800-78-CRIME. That's 800-78-CRIME or WeTip.com if you can identify this disgusting of a human being.
That surprises you, right?
No, it doesn't surprise me, but I'm not shocked by it, but I guess I'm not shocked, but I am surprised. Does that make any sense? It's just, I don't get it. I don't know.
I gave up a long time ago. I just say, yep, everything I hear, okay.
So
that's typical.
Well, that prompted me to think about animal abuse on January 5th. We're going to talk about animal abuse in this show, so that's going to be an upcoming episode on January 5th. Is your pool looking like your future a little murky? Then let No Worry For You Professional Pool Service handle all your pool needs. Serving Orange, Osceola, and Polk counties, that's in Florida, folks, because here in New England, your pool is frozen over. Clear your mind by clearing your pool. Give them a call today at 407-953-7926. All right, how this works is you, the audience, get to benefit from this. Sonny and I will throw movie quotes back and forth at each other. We get 3 of them when we have one pass, and we get 1 clue. And whoever gets the most points at the end of the month will buy the winner lunch, and you as well as home. You can register for this by visiting our website, fountainofthought.com. So click on the tab there to register for our contests. Right now we stand with Dennis is at 6 points and Sonny is at 10 points for the month. And Sonny has 1 month in the bucket for the year. So you ready?
I mean in the bucket.
1 month. You got 1 in the bucket already for the month. What do you mean?
I don't understand what that means.
Means you have 1, I have 0.
Oh. Why is it in the bucket?
It's a phrase. We got 1 in the bucket. 1 counts to you. You scored 1. It's in the bucket.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. It is comedy is the category.
I got a 426 Hemi in her. 3/4 cams, nitro boosters. I can get her up to as good as 155. Never do, though, of course, unless I'm chasing a cute chick in a Ferrari.
Play again.
I got a 426 Hemi in her. 3/4 cams, nitro boosters. I can get her up to as good as 155. Never do, though, of course, unless I'm chasing a cute chick in a Ferrari.
Clue.
The clue is the main actor is dead.
Gee, that's helpful.
It was a buddy pick, a buddy picture.
Yeah.
And the title has to do with wool.
Wool?
Wool.
As in clothing wool?
Yes.
No idea.
No idea. Black Sheep.
Black Sheep.
Yeah. You never saw that movie?
I probably did, but I just can't put it in my head right now.
Yeah. It had from Dickie Roberts there. What's his name?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the same guys that were in Tommy Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, your turn.
Your first one is horror.
You stupid bitch! You fucking slut! Did you fuck with me?
Could we possibly get any graphic and vulgar?
Yes, if you'd like me to.
One more time, please.
Why, the first vulgar time wasn't good enough?
Yeah.
You stupid bitch! You fucking slut! Did you fuck with me?
Evil Dead 2.
Where the hell would that come from?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not big into horror. I don't know.
Even if you're not into horror, it doesn't matter. How could you come up with Evil Dead 2?
I just threw out something, the first thing that popped into my head. It's just...
Okay, fine. It was Child's Play.
Child's Play?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I think I saw that movie once when it first came out. Oh, no, I probably saw it again. All right, we're going to stick with the comedy route. It is comedy.
I don't actually have a family per se. Is it hot in here? I just can't take off my robe. Oh God. This one's been teasing me.
Again?
I don't actually have a family per se. Is it hot in here? I just can't take off my robe. Oh God. This one's been teasing me.
Pass.
Pass. Dickie Roberts, former child star.
That was Dickie Roberts?
Yeah, he went. That guy kept showing up, and every time he saw Dickie, he'd open his chest. He had a robe on. He'd open his chest, and he'd go,
"Oh yeah."
All right. Again, we're going to go with the comedy.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Bean, working on the math, huh?
Yep. Mommy said if I get all my math questions right, I get to ride my bike to school with Becky Fader.
Really? Okay, Bean. Well, what's 7 plus 9?
79.
Why does that surprise me? One more time.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Bean, working on the math, huh?
Yep. Mommy said if I get all my math questions right, I get to ride my bike to school with Becky Fader.
Really? Okay, Bean. Well, what's 7 plus 9?
79.
You better be careful if he's riding in with Becky Fader. He might get sexual harassment.
You might, yeah.
I have no idea.
Grown Ups 2.
No. I think I saw it once.
You're up.
Okay, comedy.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich of Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
God. And if I ask for a clue, you're just going to give me something stupid that I know, because I know it's Smoking the Bandit. I'm going to go with Smoking in the Bandit, the original.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You actually got one.
Yes, I know. Yes. Okay, here is your last one. And again, comedy.
I can't believe you gambled all that money away. You are such a dumbass.
Would you shut up and just keep hiding in the bush? Nobody's going to stop if they see that ugly face of yours.
Again?
I can't believe you gambled all that money away. You are such a dumbass.
Would you shut up and just keep hiding in the bush? Nobody's going to stop if they see that ugly face of yours.
You're good today. I don't know. I
will give you a clue. It's Alyssa Milano. Dickie Roberts.
Oh, my God. What, have you been on Dickie Roberts?
I did. I watched the movie.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
All right. One more for me.
Comedy.
Comedy.
Yep.
You play with your balls a lot. Well, I do not play with my balls. Larry Bird doesn't do as much ball handling in one night as you do in an hour.
Are you trying to start a fight?
No, I'm simply stating a fact, that's all. You fidget with your nuts a lot.
You know what would make me happy?
Another couple balls and an extra set of fingers?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Love that movie.
That was a great movie.
That's a good movie, yeah. All right, so I got 2 for the week to add to my total. I am now at 8 for the month, and you are still in the lead with 10.
It's time to dig deep. That only means one thing. It's time for questions from my sack.
All right, Questions from My Sack is being sponsored by Mr. Bill's Boot and Shoe Repair in Pantico, Texas. Tell Mr. Bill you heard this ad and receive a 20% discount on any shoe repair. Find them online at mrbill.com. It's just not working today. Find them online at mrbills.net where they'll save your soul and gladly die for you. All right, how this works is you, the audience, send us your question. It can be anything and everything, just like our podcast. Each week, we will randomly select 3 questions to answer live on the air. And question number 1 is, what's the first major...
Hold on. Live on the air?
Yeah, live on the air.
Live on the air.
Yes, this is live on the air.
Oh, we're live.
We are live. Are you dead?
No, but...
We're live on the air.
Then why can't we get phone calls?
Because it's pre-recorded.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
What's the first major news story you can remember?
The first major news story. You go first.
I was in grammar school. The first major news story that I can remember is, well, I do remember seeing the launch of some spaceship or something, a rocket somewhere, but I don't know what that was, so I couldn't tell you. The first thing that I can acknowledge something was when Elvis Presley died. I remember that at school. The teachers were talking about it, so I remember that. But I didn't care really because I really didn't know who Elvis Presley was.
Neither did I.
Yeah, didn't. So that didn't.
Well, it's not that I didn't know who he was.
Right.
I just wasn't a fan.
Right. Exactly. It
wasn't my
thing. It didn't affect me. I didn't. Yeah. So that was probably if you want to call it a first major news story that I can remember. However, the really big one that I remember so intensely is the Challenger disaster. That one sticks out. I mean, they stopped school. We watched it in the auditorium. That was a major, major thing for me growing up.
When I was a kid, I would say the landing on the moon.
You actually remember that?
Yeah.
See, I think I remember the rocket ship going off. I think that's what I alluded to earlier. I think I remember that, but I don't remember anything else, so I can't.
Well, that's, I know I remember that happening.
Yeah. Okay. All right, next question is, if you could pick one age to live the rest of your life, what age would it be?
You go first.
Well, you're probably not going to believe it, but I would probably say now. Maybe take away 5 years, maybe. So, I don't know, 45-ish.
Well, that's the way I feel. Life is life. But if I had to pick one, I don't know. Everything has trial and tribulations. I'm
looking at when I've been the happiest. And I would probably say somewhere in my 40s probably is when I've been my happiest. It mainly has to do with the kids, but I would probably say somewhere in my 40s. So I'll pick 45 just to say.
I have to go with it. 30.
30. All right. And the last one is. This one's a doozy. Does heaven exist? And if so, what is it like?
Yes, and we're not going to know until we die.
How can you possibly understand heavenly things if you can't even understand earthly things?
Very well put.
Yes. I'm hoping it exists. but I have no idea what it could possibly be like. I mean,
well, there's only two things are going to happen. You're going to die, and just that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Or you're going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a crapshoot, but you got to have faith.
Yeah.
Got to have faith.
Faith.
Got to have faith.
Yeah. All right.
Looking for a little-known but great movie to watch this weekend? Then you're listening to the right podcast. Here's an awesome movie recommendation.
Okay, I don't want to push people into saying that, oh, I'm this, religious, what do you call
Zealot?
it? Whatever. But have you ever seen the movies Courageous and Facing the Giants?
No, I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
Okay, well, they're both Christian-based movies. Loved them. I loved them. I absolutely loved them. They star Alex Kendrick, and not that the acting is 100%, but it's just it was the whole.
It's a good story.
Oh,
yeah. Who's this Alex Kendrick guy?
He actually after growing up and going through college, he worked at a Christian radio studio for 2 years, and then he became studied to become a Baptist
minister.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was just I don't know. If you're sick of all the violence and all the crap out there, check these out. Once again, they're called Courageous and Facing the Giants.
Courageous, and they're relatively new?
No. Well, not that, a few years ago, but Courageous is, like a cop story, and Facing the Giants.
Oh, they're two different ones. They're two different.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the title of one of them. So Courageous is one of them.
Yeah, and Facing the Giants is a football movie, a high school football movie. So if you don't like sports, well, then I don't know what to tell you.
Well, they're religion, so it's good for the holidays, right? They're good movies to watch for the holidays.
I don't know. I don't want to say it. I cried like a baby.
Really?
One of them, yeah.
Kevin Sorbo is making a bunch of religious movies lately. He's really big into that.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep. All right. So we will look forward to those two movies.
Sonny's Pet Peeve
of the Week.
I know I probably brought this up a couple of times, but again, it just happened yesterday. And I'm so sick of it. You walk into somewhere, it doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't make any difference, but you say to somebody, I'll have a couple of candy bars. And they go, sure. How many?
How many would you like? Yeah.
You know how annoying that is? How can you not know what a couple is?
Well, I think that they know what a couple is, but I think that so many people say a couple and they'll put two or three and think that that's a couple. But I agree with you. Yeah.
I don't.
Is two.
I think half the people out there are stupid.
Well, they are stupid. I agree with you.
But I mean, I just sit there with it. My jaw just drops when I hear that. I go, two?
Yeah. Been there, done that. Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts, Sonny?
Well, I got a couple of questions for you first.
All right, that'll count.
All right. First of all, I want to understand why people who do cartoons now on TV, or even years ago, I did some research. Why everybody only has 3 fingers and a thumb?
It's hard to draw without it. That's a known thing. It's hard to draw a hand and keep the animation going with all of those fingers and everything. It's always been that way. Yeah.
Well, Scooby-Doo is okay.
Yeah, because it's not as the look of it is not as detailed, or is detailed. It's one of those things that's been around.
How
forever.
do you know all this crap?
I don't know. It's simpler to draw them without that kind of detail.
All right, and my final thought is, it's another question on the Brady Bunch. Okay.
Yes.
You watched it, right?
Loved the Brady Bunch. Yes.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
There was an early episode where they explained that the boy's mother died.
Yeah.
Because he had a picture out and didn't know if he should keep it out. But what I don't understand is, why didn't the girls keep their
father?
Yeah, their father's name. I mean, that's just unusual.
Because they were young. Even Marcia, who when the Furries series first came out, that we saw them, they were together a little bit. But even Marcia was young. They were young at the time. So they were young enough to change their names. That's why.
Yeah, but why?
Why did they all become Brady's?
No. Who the hell was their father? That's what I'd like to know. After all these years, who is their father? Was he a rapist and he's in jail somewhere?
No, he was a real estate guy. He did real estate.
How do you know that?
Because I've seen the movies.
Oh, my God. You have too much time on your hands.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. He was a entrepreneur, put it that way. He did many things, multifaceted.
And that was in the comedy movies they did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about that because you don't know if that's... I'm talking about the series itself.
He was never referenced.
I know. Why,
His history was never referenced. Well, because divorce wasn't something that you wanted to share back then. It wasn't a popular thing. It still had very bad connotations that went along with it. So a divorcee was not as well-liked as just a widower, per se. So,
okay, you know everything.
No, not everything.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
All right, a programming note for those of you that are interested and you want to mark your calendars. But of course, you listen to every episode, so this shouldn't matter. But next week, we're going to talk about, I'm just going to give you the topic. The topic is radio silence. Not going to tell you any more than that. I'll just leave it that way. Leave it a little alluring. Radio silence will be next week's topic. And then the following week, we're going to do a year in review. So we'll talk about people that have passed away in the past year, news stories of the year, things of that nature.
Urine review?
Yeah. If it's really dark yellow, that means you're dehydrated.
You got to worsen everything, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And starting off the new year, we're going to talk a little animal abuse. We're going to talk... maybe we'll get someone in here to help share their thoughts.
We better, because that's a very, very, very sore subject with me.
It is, yep. So those are the upcoming episodes. We've got some more planned that hopefully you'll like. But we want you to leave your opinion or your thoughts on our listener line. As always, it's 413-612-8037. Reminding everyone to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Fountain of Thought. Don't forget to visit our website, fountainofthought.com. You can answer some polls there, and you can register for our contests. We will be giving away gift certificates. So remember, everyone, be a fountain,
not a drain.
I'm a doctor, not a mechanic. This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby. Excuse me. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
I love you, Daddy.
Stand for identification.
Welcome to the Fountain of Thought segment, where your all-omnipotent host, Dennis Fountain, ponders life events.
You can't handle the truth.
Oh my gosh. Does that suck?
Badges? We ain't got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you any stinking badges.